Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I just got on here, just gonna chit chat a little bit today. Something happened to me on Saturday that was totally unexpected. Um, as most of you know, I work third shift, so I went to lay down um, and to get some rest on Saturday afternoon before I had to go to work. And all of a sudden, my back and my chest just started really hurting. I started having a lot of pain. I mean, just really excruciating pain. So I got up and I took some Advil, and I thought, well, I'd wait a little bit and hopefully it'd go away. It did not go away, and it subsided a little bit, but it just was worse and worse. And the chest pain was like right in here, like right under the breast, and I didn't really think it was a heart attack because my mother had just gone through this on Thanksgiving and had described the pain she was going through with having her gallbladder taken out. So I learned where the gallbladder was at. So it's under your, right side. It's the right side of your chest. So I thought, well, I'll feel there and see what's going on. So I fell over there. I was very swollen. And when I pressed on it, it shot the pain through my breastbone all the way to my back. And I thought, oh gosh, don't tell me it's my gallbladder. That can't be my gallbladder. My mom just had hers done, a month ago. What are the odds? So anyway, so I decided to go to the emergency room. So I got to the emergency room, and they ruled out heart attack. That's the first thing when you're having chest pains. They take you in and hook you up and get your EKG and take blood work to make sure your heart's okay. Everything was okay with my heart, and they said it was actually very normal. So they said, the doctor came in and said that he felt that it was probably my gallbladder. And just kind of wondered if it wasn't. And I told him what had happened to my mom and told him that I kind of wondered if it was. And he said, yeah. And so he said, we're going to take you back for imaging, for an ultrasound. And he said, if there's no stones and there's no blockage, then he'll probably put me on medication and send me home and have me talk to a surgeon within a couple weeks. But if there was a blockage or stones, then they would probably recommend me having it taken out. So they took me back and got the imaging done, the ultrasound, and got back to the room. And by that time, my mom and my sister had showed up, and so we were waiting. He came back in and said that definitely there's a stone, and it is blocking the opening, and it looks like a pretty good sized stone. And that he said there's only one stone, but it's blocking, it's causing the pain. And that he talked to the surgeon, and they were going to do the surgery the next day if I agreed to it the next morning. And I said, yeah, I don't want to go through this pain. Let's just get it done. He said, and me being diabetic, their concern was if there's infection in there, then it could be, very detrimental, I guess, to diabetic. That the infection could wreak more havoc and really be very dangerous for me. So he said, even if there's not infection, they still want to get it out before an infection starts. He goes, I don't think you have an infection because I didn't really have a fever, and my white blood cell count was pretty good. Didn't show signs of infection anywhere, but they still wanted to get it out before an infection occurred, just as a precautionary measure because of me being diabetic. So I said, but I can go home tonight, right? And he goes, and just come back to us. So he goes, no. So they admitted me to the hospital Saturday night, and finally by the time I got my room, and I had not eaten since like 3:00, and I was not going to be able to eat. So I was like hungry. My mouth was so dry. So they did limit me a little bit of water and ice chips before midnight. And then after that, I couldn't have anything. So the next morning, they got me prepped and got me ready. And I was in surgery. I think it was 8:30 or 9, I don't know. I can't remember. But so they took me back, got me in the surgery, had surgery, came out. Surgery went really well. The surgeon said there was no signs of infection. There was no stones or blockage in the bile duct. Thank God, because my mom had that and she had to have a second procedure to have that taken care of. So I was really happy about that. And that it was good. She said that it was easy to get to. So it was very easy for them to get it out. Everything went smoothly. So I was very happy for that. So then they took me after I don't know how long I was in recovery. And they took me back to my room. And then they said that there was certain things that they had to happen in order for me to go home. One, I had to walk. I had to be up and walking. 2, I had to have a liquid meal, and I had to have a solid meal. And 3, I have to take pain medicine, and they have to view me for an hour or so to see how the pain medicine reacted with me. And and 4, I had to use the restroom. So I ended up getting all that stuff done and getting out of there by, I'm thinking it was like 3:30, 3:30, something like that. And then, so my mom was there. She got me home. My sister had come out earlier because I had drove myself. So they came out earlier. Or was that Saturday? No, that was Sunday. They were there when I got out of surgery, both of them. And then after they seen I was doing okay, they said, is it okay if we go and get your car to your house? I was like, that's fine. So they brought my car to my house, and they got Violet pottied and stuff. My sister came back to my house Saturday night and spent the night and took care of Violet. So before I even left for the emergency room, I made sure she had been out to potty and had food and water and stuff before I even took off. But then my sister came out after they got me admitted and stuff, and stayed at my house and took care of her for the night. And so yesterday, I got out of the hospital. It was about 3:30, got home, got situated. And then my sister came out, and she stayed the night with me, and she helped me a lot by, with Violet and that kind of stuff. And so that helped a lot. It was just nice to have somebody here all night to make sure everything was okay. So then this morning, I had to go get pain medicine. So she took me to get my pain medicine subscription filled, and I had to get some different kind of food because I'm not supposed to eat greasy, fried type food, fat-free, low-fat. And I really hadn't been shopping in quite a while. I was just kind of eating stuff out of the freezer. So I really didn't have much here, soft food. So after struggling with my teeth and only being able to eat soft, and then finally being able to eat crunchy and hard again, I'm back to soft foods. This is going to be temporary, though, until I'm healed completely. So, anyway, so those of you who don't know what your gallbladder does, it is part of your filtration system. The liver, that creates bile, and the bile is what goes through your digestive system. And so it goes from the liver and it goes into the gallbladder, and the gallbladder makes it more concentrated. So then when you eat, the gallbladder releases it into your intestine, and then it goes into your stomach and everything, and it all digests. It helps with digestion. I don't know if it goes into your stomach or not. I'm not sure how that all works. And that without the gallbladder, you can live and you can survive, but things are different with your digestive system because it's not as the bile is not as concentrated when it goes into the intestine. So if it's not as concentrated, then it has kind of a laxative effect. It can, and certain things upset that, like grease, fat, and I guess that's what the liver and the gallbladder did, is it kind of helps filter out fat and that kind of stuff. Well, so you don't have that second filtration system. So now now everything's bypassed my gallbladder, so I have to be careful with what I eat because I do not want to have the laxative effect. And my mom had hers done a month ago, and she is doing really good, other than she's having some issue with that laxative thing. So she's really had to really try to change her diet and so forth right now too. And the doctors have told her that some people have experienced that through the healing process, and that as it heals, that most of the time you'll get through that. Because it really didn't put me on any restrictions other than don't eat a lot of fatty foods, fried foods, hard foods, and not like fresh, hard vegetables. Eat soft foods, cooked vegetables, that kind of stuff. And stay away from fat. And they said, and keep track of things that you eat. And if it really bothers you, then do away with that for a while. So, but one thing I've learned, I've been very, very gassy, but they did pump me full of gas due to the surgery. They did laparoscopy. So I have 4 incisions. I have one in my belly button, one right around my breastbone, in the center here, and one over by my little bit above catty corner for my belly button, and then one under here. So I got 4 incisions. They seem to be draining right now, so I hope they quit draining just a little bit, not bad. So that's been kind of concerned with me. Yesterday I felt pretty good, but and then I was low on potassium too. So they pumped me full of potassium, and I think they gave me 2 bags of potassium while I was there, and they gave me 2 stomach anti-nausea medicines several times. And what else did they give me? And they had me an antibiotic pumped through my system too, just as a precautionary measure, to make sure that there was no infection when they went in, or that the body was getting an antibiotic already. So, I mean, I had so much stuff being pumped through to me, and plus pain medication on top of that. So I was just kind of so relaxed and just kind of out of it. And so today, everything's kind of worn off now, and I'm really, really sore. My back is still really sore. My incisions, the one around the breastbone is very sore. Everything underneath my bust is very, very sore today. And then in my legs, I have some issues where they're sore too. But if you've never had laparoscopy, they put you on a table and they kind of tilt you at a certain angle. I don't know that they tie your feet up or what, but they have you tilted, or they strap you in there, and then they tilt the table. So you're your head's kind of down here and your feet are up here. So, and then they fill you with gas first, and then they tilt you so that the organs kind of separate from each other, so that it's easier for them to get to the organ that they're working on. Because they have where they insert the camera, so they do it all by camera and so forth in there as well. So it's a lot less invasive as being cut open completely. But I'm under restriction for 2 weeks. So I'm going to be off work for a while, which I was just complaining that my schedule was all messed up for Christmas, and they're making me work an extra day and all that. And here I'm not even going to have to work. So, but believe me, I think I'd rather work than have to go through this, to be honest. So anyway, that's going on, and I just kind of wanted to share it with you guys. If, maybe some of you have gone through this and know that the pain was so bad. I had 1 stone, but it was blocking the opening. And then the surgeon told me that the stone was like one full centimeter. So it was pretty good size. And she said there's no way that I was going to pass it. And if it passed, then it was going to get caught in the bile duct. And that is even worse. And she said the chances are it could come back down it can come back down. She said, but it's going to keep going back up, and that with me being diabetic, the chances of infection were too great. And she said that she could just take it out. She gave me the option. She said that before the surgery, she came and talked to me. She said, I could give you medication and send you home for a couple weeks and then we could reschedule it. Or she goes, but then I take the chance of maybe getting an infection in it and having another episode. And I'm like, no, I'm here. I'm prepped. Let's do it. I went all night without food and water. So she says, all right, let's do it. So we went ahead and did it. So anyway, so I'm going to be in the healing process. I'm going to be home. I might be bored. I might be on here more often. Jacking my jaws to you guys. Because I don't know, I haven't had this much time off for a while. I'm not sure if I'm going to be off a full 2 weeks or not. Where I work at, you have to be, if you have surgery or if you've been ill, you have to be, when you release back to work, you have to have no restrictions. So my guess is I'm probably going to be off work for a couple of weeks at least. So Wednesday, I'm going to have to call, make an appointment to get back into the surgeon by the end of this week. Because their hours are messed up next week again with New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. So I'll probably be going into the doctor by the end of this week. I can't drive because I'm on pain medicine. So until I'm off the pain medicine, I'm not allowed to drive. And to be honest, after my sister taking me to the store today and getting my prescription and getting some food that I needed, that just wore me out. And I got in one of those motorized carts. I didn't even walk because I was tired by the time I walked from the car into the store. I said, I'm gonna get one of those carts. I'm tired. And my sister's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm just tired. So I just knew I couldn't walk as far as I had to go throughout the store. So, and I got home and I was very hungry because I have to eat smaller amounts of food, but more frequently. So I had eaten like 2 or 3 hours prior and I was like starving. So I got some food in me and got me pain pills. And I thought I got changed I'm in my nice fuzzy robe and I'm all comfortable. Violet's all settled in. You see her back there. She's been, it's been an experience for her because my sister showed up Saturday night and back here at home and instead of me, and I wasn't here. So she was probably really stressed about that because my sister said she did not sleep well that night. She had her up almost all night long and did not sleep much. And then Sunday when I got home, people being in here, my mom was here, my sister was here. She was, running around and all excited that I was back home and so forth. And so she just didn't know which way to go. So there was just so much going on and her energy levels were really, really high yesterday. And then my sister spent the night, so she wasn't sure where to go. I wake up and she'd be in bed with me, and then I'd wake up another time and I'd come out and she was, laying with my sister, sleeping with her. And then I'd got up another time and I couldn't find her. I went and she was in her room, in her bed. So she was just all over the place last night. And then I got this morning, she was on the couch by herself. So she's had a lot of activity the last few days. And I think just finally, everybody's just now kind of left. It's just a little bit quiet here. And she's just kind of feeling, and I'm feeling kind of the same way too. I appreciate all the help and I appreciate, my loved ones being here for me and so forth, that it's time just to have some breather and just for some rest and relaxation. And I haven't even got presents wrapped yet. So I'm going to try to get that done. Thank goodness I don't have a lot of heavy things to wrap. So I'm going to rest a little bit and then I'm going to get at it and get the gifts wrapped. We were supposed to have Christmas at my sister's house, but we kind of switched it. We're going to have it here at my house. It's just me, my mom, my sister, and Violet. And so they're going to bring food over. I don't even have to cook anything. So they're going to bring the food over. And that way I don't have to load up Christmas gifts. I don't have to load Violet up. And so it's just going to be a lot easier. So we switched Christmas. Everybody's coming here. And we're going to have a Christmas. We plan to do a Christmas brunch because I had to work. I was scheduled to work Christmas night. So they're going to come about 10 or 11. And then we're not going to be in a rush to get things done and have an enjoyable day because, nobody's going to be on a time crunch. And so that's one nice thing. And it's nice. I was worried I wasn't going to be able to get home before Christmas. The emergency room doctor said I should be able to get out of the hospital no later than Monday, but he wasn't going to guarantee anything. And luckily everything went well enough that they did let me come home yesterday. So that I was really thankful for. So I'm very thankful this year that I was able to be home for Christmas and not in the hospital. And I'm very thankful that I didn't mess around with it, because I almost did not go, because, the pain was starting to go away. And I thought, oh, well, I'll just, lay down and just wait. But then when I felt that swelling underneath, on the right side underneath my bust, I just knew I was going to have issues with it later. And I thought, I know if I wait, what happens if I have another flare up in a couple days, and then I'm going to have to be at the hospital. I may be in the hospital for Christmas. So I thought, I'm just going to be just better safe than sorry. So it was a good thing that I did just go ahead and went and followed my gut instincts about it. Because I don't like to do that. I don't like to, maybe it's one thing to go to your doctor, but to go to the emergency room and feel like, and then you go there, like I've been there before, and it was like, turned out to be something minor, and then you feel kind of stupid. And I guess I just didn't want to feel stupid, but you know what? If anybody ever feels like, it's something serious, don't feel stupid, follow your instinct and get to the emergency room, because, even though mine wasn't really life-threatening at the moment, it was something serious that needed to be dealt with and taken care of. And if I had not gone, I probably let it go on longer than what it should have been. And it could have been worse. I could have gotten an infection, like they said, and had a lot more issues. So I'm very, very thankful for that. So, I was going to do a Merry Christmas video. I still may, but in case I don't, you guys have a very Merry Christmas. I have one pre-recorded video that I'm going to be uploading, as well as this one. And then my Yes Oh Yes is supposed to be here the 27th. So I should have time to get that up now that I'm not going to be working. You guys, I'll see you probably after Christmas then. Unless I get my Christmas one up, I'll try to get that up real quick. And that's just going to be a quick one. I just want to say Merry Christmas and all that kind of stuff. So, you guys have a wonderful Merry Christmas. And I'm getting kind of sore. I'm really sore moving. So, I'll talk to you later, and I love you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.